2021 is nearly over. I know. I'm surprised to say that too, because I remember the day when literally I made the Xbox RPG back in the start of 2021. Now it's literally almost 2022, and you may think that I don't have any more video ideas. Well, I do have one video idea that I'm gonna do on this video. So some people have been asking me some people online I usually meet have always have asked me, what are my favorite RPGs? Well, it's a very trick question since there are a lot of RPGs, so I decided to narrow it down to my top 10 favorite RPGs, and I'm sure you guys listen to today's video. Keep in mind this list is my opinions only, and it's not the fans' base, but it's more of my personal opinions on this. So with that said, let's hop right into my top 10 favorite RPGs of 2021. Right after the intro. No, I'm not kidding. The intro's here already because I was able to download Adobe Premiere. You know what? Screw it. See you guys after the intro. I'll be showing you guys my top 10 favorite RPGs. So, like I said before, this is my list, and you guys and this basically my list on my favorite RPGs, and it's not opinion based. It's opinion based. So please don't be mad if I said that this game if your RPG was on the top 10 because in the end it doesn't really matter about ranking stuff. In the end, it's just showing guys that about what I think about the RPG community in general and the core RPGs that came with it. So yeah. Anyways, before we begin, if you guys are new to this channel, like me to post more content like this, then please be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell so not show for on this video. And who knows, I might plan to post more content like this in the future. Anyways, let's hop right up with number 10 as. So to start off the list with number 10, number 10 is Affliction RPG made by the Lidoof, or Dat Lidoof. I never can get his name right, basically. Oh, I can't really get his name right. Okay, I'm not sure if that works, but oh well. Anyways, yeah, I never can get his name right, but Dat Lidoof made Affliction RPG back in I believe, let me check. Back in September of this year. It wasn't as popular as many other of his. It wasn't as popular as his latest game, Havoc, but it is something worth remembering because this game was one of his first modern RPGs. He doesn't really make these games as much, but he hasn't really made these games, but he doesn't really make RPGs, but they're still worth playing even though they're made for fun. So basically, what I like about this is that it's just. Some people now. The one thing I really like about this is that like it has that one weird. It's really made. I think this looks amazing. And the only thing I don't really like about this game is that like you could say that this was that collisions don't work and like the faces these guys have are always the drooling faces. Not gonna lie, but hey, now this is my opinion. But I still first. I still kind of like it, not gonna lie. It's from what I could see, I would have had quite a lot of people playing it if he still kept up updates. But I will admit though, some stuff like I'll show you guys the worlds real quick. We got Twisted Cave. Twisted Cave is actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, Porter. Keep in mind this is before Drop would ever publish his kit. So all this back in September was like insane to have before Droplet made his kit, which is then again it's like a lot to take in, you know. So we got Civil War. Oh yeah, there's also this this pickaxing, this like where you just mine all stuff, as you can tell. It doesn't really work. It's not really 100%. It isn't really 100% working, but it's still worth looking at. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It is basic, but at the same time, it is where I would say it is one of my favorites of 2021 because like I don't know, it's just it was really hard worked on and stuff like that. Some people are gonna go with Havoc and RPG and stuff like that, but deep down, I think it is. But I personally think this is a pretty cool RPG. I'm not sure why, but I think it's just, I think of all of them, I like this one. Havoc RPG is still my favorite, so it's not on the top 10 list. But I just like the customability this thing had prior to. It's just the customizability the game had prior to Droplet's RPG, the Droplet RPG kit release. Well, it's insane. You know, it's insane. This is not one made with Droplet's RPG kit. Please keep that in mind. So yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much why I chose this on the top 10 list. So that's this top 10. Download if you can watch it. If you're watching this, then please keep up the work. Keep up. Please feel free. Please make more RPGs like this in the future. But I don't think you make RPGs anymore. But hey, no, it's a pretty interesting game. It's really interesting. I know you made it for fun and stuff, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it, but yeah. Anyways, we're now gonna move on to the next, to number 9, which is number 9 is Tales of the Forsaken Swords RPG, a game made by Droplet RPG, or Droplet 074 himself, the person who made the kit, who also made the kit. Now, some of you guys are gonna be curious, why did I choose this? Why did I choose this other than why did I choose this besides Castle RPG? Well, keep in mind, this is all before the RPG kit, so him having all this stuff. So basically, keep in mind, like I said before, this is before the RPG kit. This is way before the RPG kit. This is way before Droplet ever published RPG kit. Like, I believe he made this game back in, like, let me take a look, just make sure. August of this year. August 24th of this year. And literally, he made this game, and it's just insane, man. It's just, I'm just so surprised. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. So, with that said, let's hop right in it. So, we're gonna go ahead and just go straight to it. So, we're gonna go to Portal Room, and see, like, look at this, dude. Look at this. See, like, this is wild. Like, this is before Droplet had the Roblox RPG kit, and this is just insane. So, yeah. Not gonna lie, though, all this does look, compared to the Droplets, compared to the games made by Roblox RPG, this is not really good, since, you know. But keep in mind, this is before it, so this is why I chose it. So let's go ahead and hop right in it. So we're gonna start off with the Spiky Desert. The Spiky Desert, and oh my god, I figure we're getting a lot of moss spawns. Anyways, and yeah, this is also the first RPG kit to include the first game to include. This is one of the first games besides Lords of Multiverse and The Last Chance RPG 2 to include spawn mobs. Because, well, he actually made the spawn mobs thing. Because when Chaos got hit, their spawn mobs, it was actually, Droplet actually carried it over to the game itself. So, that's insane, to be honest. Anyways, here we go. This is just insane. So, yeah. I think my character does have collisions. Yep, it does. Nice. And I know, it's I didn't realize that. They have a health bar now, dude. Yo, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm digging this one. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorites. I kind of like this. See how unique it is, dude? I didn't even notice that. I forgot about this. Or I probably didn't. I forget about it. Just didn't realize it. But yeah, I'm just surprised, man. I'm happy that it's amazing to see games like these come and go. It's sad to see. Trust me, if people still worked on them, they'll probably have success. You know, that's why you see bigger games like Lords of Multiverse and Fate RPG, Fate RPG is not being worked on anymore, even though they have events still, but it's still just, I ain't sure. I really like this game. It was a pretty good game at the time, but seeing it not being updated more is hey, it's I see it, I get it. He works on I believe he works on Chaos and Universal RPG, which are pretty interesting. Which stay tuned for that. Please keep that in mind. I made a test. I actually did a test on that earlier with my new computer. Yeah, it's actually a new computer, in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, this is pretty much all I can say about the RPG. Like, this is all I can say about Forsaken Lands. Oh wait, I first said Forsaken Swords. Oh my god, Tales of Forsaken Lands. God. But yeah, that's all I can say about the game. It's amazing. I wish he could at least return to one of his games, Castle, Forsaken Lands. I don't care, as long as you can return to that game and make it. It'll be amazing, because your games have so much potential, but at the same time, the reason why they haven't gotten popular is because you just haven't worked on them. That's the reason, like, you just haven't really worked on them. So, yeah. Anyways, Forsaken Swords RPG is number 9. That's all I can say about that. And yeah. Anyways, let's hop right into the next. We're moving to the next RPG on this list. Number 8 is Legend of the Bone Sword RPG. You may be wondering, like, why did I choose this RPG? And, oh, it fell. Anyways, you may be wondering, why did I choose this RPG besides any other RPGs to be number 8? Or, number 8? Yeah, number 8. Why did I choose? Well, this game is not really well, it would be number 1 if it was, it would be a bit more higher on the list, or more higher on the list, if it was, if it did do a bit more updates more, and if it wasn't. But the main problem with this is that it's not really, it's actually a pretty cool game, I'm not gonna lie. I remember when it was like, so, why is Legend of the Bone Sword RPG one of my favorites? Well, it's one of my favorites because I personally think that it is evolving to something that I really wouldn't expect to have. Like I remember the days when, I'm not sure you guys remember the days when it uses the Ultimate RPG Starter Kit made by Kif or whatever. That it was a classic RPG kit. It was amazing. That's pretty much what I used to make Light Wars RPG and many of my other old RPGs. So I'm seeing it now. Just seeing it now, all of a sudden, this has evolved so much. It's really amazing to see it evolve. It's still one of my favorites. I just don't really play as much because like the reason. But keep in mind, I don't really play. Despite me liking RPGs, I don't really play all the RPGs since I'm not really a grinder. I'm more of a developer on RPGs. That's the main reason why I don't really play RPGs much. That's why I might be lower level compared to everyone else. So yeah. So here we are. Anyways, oh wow, okay. Oh my god, these guys are weird. But yeah, this is a very interesting RPG kit or RPG game. It has really came a long way since the start back in back in 2016, 6-6 June 6th of 2016. It really has come a long way, and yeah, it's a really big game. It's really one of them. It's really an interesting game. It's not in fact it's actually getting more. It's getting more popular as the days goes on. It's not as popular as Infinite. It's more popular than Infinite RPG at this rate since it has more people playing it. But what do you expect, you know? Yeah, because well, Infinite RPG and Warzone have been are one of the classics, so are pretty cool classics, as well as Crimson, Knight's Revenge. But we're not talking about Knight's Revenge since that's actually a copy of some other game. That's why I've been adding it onto this list. Duh. Plus, I think the creator got banned one day. Yeah, I'm really not sure why, but I'm not sure what's familiar with people stealing people's RPG games. I will admit though, some people have actually done it before. Like, you're still able to. Did I just see a goblin wearing a Santa hat? Bro, what type of joke are you? Nice. Oh well, but yeah, that's all for all I can say. Quick travel. What's this? Oh right, I forgot I can spawn. Alright, yeah, yeah, that being said, that's pretty much why I chose this into the game. It's a very interesting game. It's, like I said before, I don't have time to play. I don't have the time to play the game, but I will admit though, from my point of view, from my first impression, I'll say this is a really good game. Really worth checking out if you guys get a chance, even though it's not really even though it's like we're not really good. I would recommend you guys check it out when you guys get a chance. Please do. Check out all the games on this list. They're worth checking out. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to number 7, which is something I can remember because I don't have my list. Number 7 is number 7. Let me make sure. Yeah, number 7 is The Last RPG, a game that was okay. So why did I choose this? What is this game and why did I choose this? Well, The Last RPG I used to like before, but it didn't. But nowadays I don't really like it as much since I'm not sure. I just like that cartoony style, you know. But I'm not sure. But basically, The Last RPG really kind of was my favorite since But now I think about it, it's not really my favorite. Not really my most favorite, but it's still worth trying to take a look at it, guys. Because back then it used to be my favorites because of a couple things. The GUI was amazing. Not gonna lie, it was amazing, you know. But nowadays it's not really. But hey, you know, it's whatever, I guess. I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure if it's working. I'm not sure. Anyways, basically what this has now is it's just. So, I'm gonna review, guys. I played this game before, and it's actually pretty good. I took a look at the game. It does have the classic mobs where they're static, but doesn't really matter about if they're static or not. Probably not. So, yeah. Anyways, these are all the worlds. I'll show you guys a example of them, like Jupiter, I guess, or Ninja Force. Yeah, Ninja Force. So let's go Ninja Force. Let's go with that. Why not? So Ninja Forest, it has so this Ninja Forest, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Jupiter or Bane. Oh right, this Bane. Alright, I got this from the Mega Boss. Alright, if I'm correct. So yeah, basically, I believe that deals a lot of damage. Oh my god, dude. That's insane. I'm not sure what the cooldown is though. Alright, that's a lot. Yeah. Basically, technically speaking, so basically what I'm trying to say is that this game was, is one of my favorites because, like, the style of it isn't, but the style of it. You may wonder, like, why do you like the style of it? Why do you like it so much that you said I'd put it on number 7? Well, I think the reason why I put this on number 7 was because, well, it's actually, like, it has, I'm not sure if it's the style or not, but some people are going to say it's not really it's not really a good one, but it was getting kind of pop, it has been getting kind of popular recently, if you guys ask me, so, yeah, oh wow, more slimes, alright, there we go. This game has mob spawns, thanks to Roblox RPG kit. It does have UI as Roblox RPG kit, so that's great. Yeah. Anyways, so we got Elite Grass Monster, all that stuff, you know how it is, and we got Snow Monster. I'm gonna cut a Snow Monster right now. Alright, oh. Okay, there we go. Not sure if that deals Legend of, I'm not sure if that deals damage, I'm not sure if that drops Storm, but yeah. Anyways, the reason why I chose this game was because it's kind of active in updates, but at the same time, not really. It does have a couple things that are pretty cool. I kind of like about it, such as, I guess it's just how many worlds there are in general. I have seen a lot, and it's just a lot. The Chaos Central. This is it. Final realm. Finish your job. Yeah. See, I mean, like there are lots of worlds. There are lots of realms, and I pretty say the same for Infinite RPG and stuff like that. But we're gonna go into that later. Keep that in mind. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I would say. Anyways, that's pretty much all I would say. It has a lot of swords, pretty nice swords, if I do say so myself. So, yeah. Anyways, now I have that out of the way, I think we can all agree that that number 7 was pretty interesting. Now let's move on to the next RPG on our list, which is number 6 is Last Chance 2 RPG. You may wonder, like, why did I choose this one? Because you may wonder, why did I choose this? Why is this on number 6? I thought you were gonna make this on number 3 or 4 or 5, since this has inspired any other RPGs. Well, keep in mind that, like, despite all this, you still, it says getting a lot of, keep in mind, my opinions on this RPG game. It is one of my favorites, but at the same time, the community. Okay, but the reason why I do not like this, like, whole. Okay, but basically, okay, so I'm gonna show you guys why I do not like this in my opinion based. Basically, the reason why I not like it as much as I used to is because well, please don't get me wrong, but it's probably the community on there, and most people probably would agree with me, since that community is not really the most favorite type community, the Last Chance 2 community. In fact, if I'm correct, one of them hacked one of my games, or exploited one of my games, which, to be fair, really wasn't a cool move, to be honest. So that's pretty much why this one is on number 6. This is why I do not really like Last Chance 2 RPG, because because kind of think about it, the community itself isn't really the most favorite, but the community isn't really the greatest. Now that I think about it, but it is still nonetheless, the RPG game itself is an amazing game, and yeah, the Last Chance RPG itself is just, it's an amazing game. It was amazing. The creator himself has had a couple controversies before, such as he claimed that Chaos RPG has copied the game itself. Well, let's be real here. Everyone has copies in the end at this point, but still, I know I can pretty much feel how they're feeling, because I get mad when people copy my stuff all the time. You can ask Coast himself, I guess you say. So yeah, but that's probably a thing for another day. And yeah, that's all pretty much all I can say. I would like this game more, but when you think about the community itself, stuff like that, it's not really a favorite. And some people are gonna say that Now, some people are going to say that I'm kind of crazy. Now, some people, now that I bet you that community is going to be commenting on my video saying, "Yo, why? Yo, that's stupid. Like, why? We're not. Hey, it's your fault for making a crappy game." Okay, well, no, I will admit that might not be crappy, but it's at the same time though. At the same time though, what would you expect? Now, okay, it's insane, you know. So, yeah, let's just go with Grass Monster, and this brings why I chose. Oh, gee. Okay, never mind. Okay, fine, I'm just gonna kill this guy. And also, one side note, why did you not? One side note, actually, I went over this on my older video, on my latest Last Chance RPG 2 video, which was kind of a while ago, right? Basically, the Dark Grass Monster and this Dark Grass Monster. Why are there two Dark Grass Monsters, even though one's a boss? Like, seriously, you could have named a Dark Grass Monster Giant or something like that, but still, you named it the Dark Grass Giant. Oh well, hey, if you're gonna. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all I can say about The Last Chance 2 RPG. Pretty good game in the end. It's a pretty interesting game. Lag is a big problem, not gonna lie. May want to fix that when you get a chance. And other than that, it's amazing. Now, I think we're ready to move on to the next game, which is number 5. So, number 5 is Universal RPG Remastered. In case you guys haven't been aware of the game, of the popularity of this game has been getting recently, you guys will be surprised you guys will like why I chose this as my number 5 spot. So, congratulations to Elite Jake for taking the spot on number 5 on my list. Keep in mind, it's my list still. So yeah, anyways, Universal RPG Remastered is a game that is based off of the original Universal RPG. It was less successful as Universal RPG himself, but it's still worth taking a look at because it's not as successful as Universal RPG. The first one was not as successful as this one because, you know, remasters are always going to be more popular. And then in the end, you can ask myself, you can ask me, pretty much just ask an AR person, you'll see that their remastered versions are more popular. But yeah, anyways, let's hop right on it. So basically, this game is an interesting game. It's not really, I haven't really taken a look at this game recently, but I have heard that this game has had a lot of updates, and I looked at the pictures, and and they're pretty promising, to be honest. I actually will play this game, grind this game a bit more. If you guys like me to, please be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell. Since I'm on that channel, guys, on video, and if you guys are also enjoying it, and also do that too if you guys are also enjoying this content, because you know, it's nice to see people, stuff like this. It's nice to see it's good now, and tell me what you guys have liked, but anyway, let's continue on. So, anyways, Universal RPG Remastered, made by Elite Jake, is one of my favorites because, the reason why is because, like, the reason why is just, the design it has in general, and this is actually one of the first RPG games to have Java's RPG kit. This was made back in, like, this was made back in October 23rd. Still, it's a pretty good game, I will admit, though. It's not bad. So, this is Lost, so we're gonna head straight to Lost Desert, I guess. I think we have to go to 125. So, I'm gonna grind this game a bit, so I can tell I reach 1K, since the reason why I kinda like this game really much is that you grind really fast, okay? I'll be first to say that because when I first played this game, I was like, okay, I really hate to get this game because, hate is a very strong word. I don't really like this game because it's like, you can't really, the reason why I don't really like this game is because, like, you have to, because it takes so long to grind, but then I realized you get levels at level 500, or level 100, which is insane, to be honest. So, yeah, props to you for LJ for making that happen and actually listening to people. I should probably have that more often. Anyways, that being said, we're just gonna go straight to 1K, 1.25K, and then we're just gonna move on. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm just gonna go for it. I have killed the boss already. You guys have seen from my last video, which was a test video. I haven't corrected it as a test video. It was a test video to make sure everything works. So yeah. Anyways, a very interesting game indeed. I would not expect this to. I really wouldn't expect this to. I really think it's a good game. I can see how it earns popularity. It's a very interesting game. I'm really happy for Lee J for getting this game in success. It's amazing. keep up the great work, and we're not done just yet. I'm just gonna go and start killing some of the mobs. I probably should go for. I'm probably just gonna go for the mobs that are like literally like next to each other, because clearly the mobs are next to each other all get you more XP, so you know you can just do that. And I actually did that trick back in one of my Chaos RPG videos. It was so hilarious. It was like funny. It was fun, man. It was like, bro, how are they doing this? But this is a bit harder, since like you gotta hit them first before they follow you and kill them, because the mobs and Chaos RPG actually follow you without you watching them stuff. So yeah, great game, and I will say it is a good game. I like this game so much. I wish I could grind it more, but I'm more busy on developing games and making YouTube videos. But yeah, if you guys would like me to make a new review on this game, then please comment down below, and I might do it. That being said, let's get to 1,000 I think. I'm not sure, but we're getting pretty close to 1,500 out of the way. So let's get straight to it. Let's go ahead and kill these guys. And yeah. Also, hope you guys are having a nice day yourself. Or hope you guys have a nice day. If you guys have made it this far, then it should go show you guys are curious what's number 1. So yeah. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and just kill some of these guys. Alright, okay. So I'm not sure if it's 1,225 or 2,000. Wait. Alright, let's go and finish off, and we should be able to do something. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm really. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna take a look at the pyramid, and then we'll move on to the next area. I will admit one thing though that would be fixed. One fix I would say is maybe like with many other RPGs, it'll be nice if you could like have armors next to the portals. That's my opinion though, but that's one thing I was changed. But hey, that's pretty much all. That's amazing. So yeah, amazing game. Oh, we got pyramid stuff that enters. It requires key. Oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I would like to play this game more, but unfortunately, this is a top 5. This is a top 10 list, not a Universal RPG gameplay. But good game, by the way. I would love to revisit it. I would be more happy to revisit it again sometime in the future. But for now, we're moving on to number 4. Alright, number 4 is Chaos RPG. A game that was made back in what was it made back in? Let me take a look. This was made back in I believe a couple days before the Forsaken Lands RPG was created, but it was made on the 20th of August of this year, which is quite insane to see that has come a long way. I'm surprised about it too. So this game was an interesting game, since I was here from the beginning when it had its first 100 visits, and seeing it blow up now all of a sudden is like mind blown. Nah, no pun intended, please. Please don't quote me on that when I say no. Okay, I'm not meaning that as a pun. I'm very sorry. But anyways, this game has come a long way. Okay, it's literally the Universe 1 that's finally been completed. There's like a Christmas event too. Oh, there's like a chaotic. I believe the Universe 3 finale, the Universe 1 finale has like a video game already. It already has a finale. That's insane, man. That's really insane. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Why do I like this game so much? Is this game one of my favorites? Well, a couple reasons actually. I think one of my most favorites is one of my top 5 favorites is because like the game was very popular at its time. It actually was close to over. It actually overtook Infinite RPG in a way, which was pretty interesting to be honest. But it's still worth playing. It's still worth taking a look at, and I personally think that it's still a good game. Despite not being as popular as it once was, it's actually not as popular now. It has like over 2 people playing now. I'm probably that one person, so it's sad to see Chaos RPG not being played as much. But back then it was like really popular. It broke to like 50 players, current active players, which is quite a record when you talk about that. So that's pretty much why I like it. And the design that came with it was amazing as well. Take a look at this, for example. Take a look at the ancient temple. You have this. You even got that thing. It's amazing, man. Okay, it's amazing. I really like this, and it's really cool. So anyways, that's pretty much why I like this game so much. It's because the gameplay is the lag isn't really making it as fun anymore. But hey, now you gotta admit though, but the game was popular at the time, before the time. But it might not be as popular anymore. But it's still worth taking a look at because it's an amazing game. And a lot of struggle. If you're watching this, please keep up the great work. Besides that, don't feel over, not over, but please don't feel discouraged about Chaos RPG not being as popular, because your games are still amazing despite that happening. Because it's just amazing. Okay, like I've been there before, but your game has come a long way. Keep up the great work, and we're moving on to number 3. And that's right, number 3. Number 3 is Dialog RPG, a game that is Dialog RPG. It's a really interesting game, and so now why did I choose this out of any other game? So basically, despite not being as popular as the other rest, I still put it number 3 because like it's still one of my personal favorites. Like the reason why I made this my favorite is because I didn't put it number 2 or number 2. One, because like there are still better games that I kind of like that would inspire me to make another RPG. But another RPG is one of my favorites. And you might wonder, why is this my third favorite? Well, I created it. And I know it might be weird. Why did I make this game all of a sudden? Like, why would I make one of my RPG games on this list? Well, hey, my list in the end, and you can't blame me for that, can you? I really like this game. I'm surprised it came a long way, and this is why I decided to put this number 3. It's amazing to see your RPG game. It's nice to see your RPG game that like is coming along pretty well, despite all the explorers. But hey, explorers are kind of a weird problem for me sometimes. But you can't really have a lot of people make you You can't really have you can't really like have like that many you can't just have that people just screw up your. You can't really have like you can't really just. You can't really have that like that many You just can't really have you just can't let someone like take over like. Just don't feel bad about. Just don't feel ashamed because they're hackers. Hackers in the end are just gonna screw up anything at this point, especially games that do not deserve to be. Wait, just because these RPG games like these just don't deserve it. I know you may. I say it's all over RPG games. There is okay. I'm just gonna show you guys the cool art stuff that this thing has. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple relatable RPG games, or a couple of my favorite worlds in general. And shout out to Content, by the way, because Content really helped me work on this game. Like this game, like. Content is actually one of the people who contributed on most of the maps on this game, and his work, to be honest, it's amazing. Like, let me show you guys Scrapyard for example. Scrapyard is actually one of his favorites, I think, if I'm correct, and you guys will see why. Look at this. Look at this. So, this here is okay. That's a little weird. I'm probably gonna fix that right now. Anyways, this is basically and this is pretty much why I chose this, is because I know some people, but this is just my list in the end, and I'm just surprised it came a long way. What's this? Oh, one of the mega bosses. Oh yeah, this game was actually, in fact, fun fact, this game was actually the first RPG. In fact, this game, if I'm correct, is actually another reason why I like it is because this game is actually the first game to have a Roblox RPG, if I'm correct. Because the RPG game was made on the 10th of October, or the 9th of October, or a couple days after, or like the 9th of October. Well, this game was made on the 10th of October, which was the day after Roblox RPG was released. And the reason why I made it with Roblox RPG at the beginning was because I just want to test out the game, the kit, and see if it worked. And today it's I'm surprised to see this game. Amazed. I'm just amazed to see this game. Universe 2 is another story. We're still working on Universe 2. We're still working on updates. It's just we had an update. It's just we're taking a break from updates because of stuff. We're still moderating the game stuff. So please be prepared for us. Event challenges are amazing as well. Yeah, I actually did a 2022 New Year's event. That's going to be ending quite soon, so please get your hands on. So please get ready. Basically, all the events are going to be removed by the start of 2021. So that's pretty much all I can say. Anyways, yeah, I would say that's pretty much all I can say. Basically, game is amazing. I know I still didn't add this as one of my as my number one favorite because this game is like. Because this game in general because the game was inspired by two other games which I'm going to be going into in the future. So, yeah. Anyways, on that, I think we're moving on to number 2. Number 2 is Infinity RPG. Of course, you guys might have been expecting this to happen. You guys might have expected me on number 1, but not really, since it hasn't been as popular as many other RPGs. It has had but it is still a game that is worth checking a look at, because this game has a history. It actually was one of the classic RPGs of 20. Like, this game was made back in 2016. I believe a couple of years. I thought, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. This was made in 2016, I believe. Basically 3 months before. Legend of Bullsword appeared, but it's still worth taking a look at, and I really recommend you guys take a look at this. You guys haven't already, and if you guys haven't taken a look at it already, then why haven't you? Because this game is literally an inspiration machine. Like, seriously, like, it inspired many other RPGs. Like, if you haven't seen, like, this is what really kickstarted the RPG genre in general back in 2016, 2017, 2018, you know, all that stuff. And it came a long way, and it's amazing. Like, I'm gonna show you guys one of the worlds. Let's take a look at Overseer Dungeon, for example. Overseer Dungeon, take a look at this. Overseer Dungeon, like, you guys have heard a name for it. You guys might know why, okay? In the end, it's the fact that it has a history is why I chose this as number 2. It's worth it, and I really like it, honestly. Like, I was I made a series on this channel on this game going from level 1 to the end, which I haven't finished. If you guys would like me to return that, then please just subscribe, because I might return it. And turn on the bell and like the video, since it really helps out the channel. It really does. Anyways, in the end, this game has had history, and yeah, its history is still going strong today. Being one of the RPG games, this game is still going off strong. This game is still going on strong, and it is kind of nice. It's worth taking a look at. This is still it's still getting popularity. It's not as getting popular as it once was, which it actually broke 1K visits at the time at one point this year. I believe, I don't think this year, but I think it was last year. I can't remember, but I remember it used to have 1K people playing the game. I think it was back in June of this year, or it was last year. I can't remember, but it was at one point So yeah. That, in the end, that's pretty much all I can say about this game. Still worth playing. Nostalgia is so amazing. And, Aristotle, thank you so much for... And also, if you're watching this, which I'm not sure if you are, but hey, if you're watching this, whatever coincidence, please, thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for making the RPG games. He's making Infinity RPG. It really has helped out a lot in the RPG community, especially me, myself. So, anyways, thank you guys... Anyways, thank you so much for that. I was about to say thank you guys for watching, but it's not done yet. Because I forgot to tell you guys number 1. Because number 1 is going to be an interesting one. Because you guys might know it by now. For the top most RPG of 2021, the game most people have heard by now, the game that I made a lot of videos on, make a lot of videos on, even live streams, I made it, and been playing since May. No, it's not Infinity RPG, since I played it since 2016. Number 1 is, you guys might have guessed it by now, Lords of the Multiverse RPG. This game has came a long way in 2021. I remember the good days when it, like, basically, I remember the day, so basically, this game was made in 2021, and, okay, so what makes this game, like, number 1? Why did I like this game so much that makes it number 1? Well, I think everyone could agree that this game has had history, since its early days in this game was created 2022 and 2021, this year, and since, this game was made back in February 10th this year, 2021. And since then, it's gained an astounding 723.5 thousand people, or 1,000 visits, with 43 people still playing this game right as of right now, 6,000 favorites, and 2,000 likes, with an astounding 520 dislikes. Now, please don't tell me that's just insane, okay? Now, I know I didn't really go over this, but I just want to show you guys how popular this game has really gone. Because this game has gone really a lot, has gone very popular. I will admit though, it is not really. I'll admit though, some people will say to me that it's just. And the reason why I really like this game is because there have been lots of contributions since the beginning of 2021, since the beginning of this year, and it just has come a long way. It had lots of events. It had a Christmas event recently. It's still active, if I'm correct. It still has so many games. It has a lot of realms. It has 3 universes. It's not even a year old. And super bosses, and I think just a crap ton of rounds in general. All I can say, Lord Steph for sure has dedication for his game. I will say it right away. And it just he's determined to make a good RPG game. He's determined to work on his game a bit more, and I can see it being popular and overtaking Infinite RPG, and maybe in the future, if it ever reaches 1K concurrent players in the future, I can see it coming up, and just, I don't know, man. It's amazing. It's just, I'm just happy. I'm not sure, man. You know, to be honest with you guys, I just really like the game. I'm not sure if it's just me, or if it's just something else. But the reason why I like this game is it has a lot of things that many RPG games don't. It has a creator that's very dedicated. Well, okay, well, it has a couple things that some RPGs don't. But that's not the point. The point is, the reason why it's just, I really like this game because it's just the variety and how much it has grown since its beginnings. Seriously, the game itself was, seriously, it took like about I'm sure a couple of days or probably weeks just to finish Universe 1. And that alone makes it really impressive, to be honest. Like, seriously. And who knows? For now, I think we can all agree that. So that's pretty much why I chose Lords of the Multiverse as number 1 as of this year. And Lord Steph, if you're ever watching this, which you might be watching, please keep up the great work. I really hope you enjoy. I really hope you guys find success in this game, because this game has a lot of potential. If I do say so myself, I don't usually see a game when I say it has potential, but literally, like, you have a lot of people that grind to literally, like, all the world, all this, the top 8 levels literally have, like, just like the top 8 levels all are at 1 octillion. Like, dude, I don't really see it that much. You don't really see a 1 octillion that much. And that alone says how many people are dedicated to playing this game. Heck, like, it's insane. It's really insane. And that's pretty much why I chose this game to be number 1. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And that pretty much wraps up my segment. That pretty much wraps up my top 10 lists of my top 10 favorite RPG games of 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like me to post more content on this, please be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell on this video. And be sure to comment down your favorite RPG games in the back of this year. Because I'll be more than happy because I'll look into them a bit more. As long as they're not. But I'll be looking into them a bit more. And also, there's one thing. Thank you so much for having them. So, and also, for another video with I just want to have one final note. I was going to say thank you so much for making RPGs honestly, there's one thing. Thank you guys so much for the support over the year this year. This year was insane, to be honest, and this is one of the reasons why I made this game in the first place, because there's a lot to show at the same time. There's really a lot to look at when it comes to RPGs, but there's a lot. RPGs that have actually grown into like a sub-genre of similar. It's like it might become its own genre one day, but that's probably a long way down the road. But if we keep this up, we might be able. I'm just surprised, man. Okay, I'm surprised how much RPGs have changed, or Roblox in general. I remember the days when Chaos RPG was only RPG. Same with Mortis and all that stuff. You know, it's insane, man. Okay, and I'm happy that I'm happy that RPGs have grown to this modernish era and so that, and I can't wait to see what the community has for us next. Who knows? You guys might be the next person that will make an RPG. It depends if you guys are able to make it or not. But that's pretty much for another day. I'm gonna end the video now. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And this is BWK16 out. Peace.